Morning, Matthew with you live on Saturday, the weekend before Christmas on BBC One, with the Strictly final tonight and Sports Personality tomorrow. First things first, in the kitchen, it's Matt.
Good morning, Rick here. I'd just like to wish all the Saturday Kitchen viewers a very happy Christmas. And whatever you're doing over this festive period, I hope you're tucking into something truly delicious.
Hi, it's Angella here. Just hope you enjoy my Christmas duck. It's perfect for a small gathering, and you can just roast one duck if you want. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Wishing all you avid viewers of Saturday Kitchen a very, very happy Christmas and a healthy New Year.
Good morning. Get set for 90 minutes of festive food and fun. This is Saturday Kitchen Live. Welcome to the show. With me today are two chefs with a passion for Italian cooking. In the studio, we got Gennaro Contaldo. Good morning, Gennaro.
Good morning.
You're pushing the boat out on that shirt as well.
Well, did you like my shirt?
I like your shirt.
It's good.
Nice shirt.
Look, it's got same nose like exactly the same tomato.
I like your shirt. It's a good shirt.
I'll talk to you later about it.
And live from at home, we got Angella Hartnett. Good morning, Ange.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, everyone. How are we?
Nice to see you, Angela. Listen, you were feeling a bit peaky yesterday, so we're not taking any chances, so we're keeping you locked up. Or is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. You have to do all the work for me.
Yeah, I know.
Right, sorry.
Don't worry about that. Pouring the Christmas drinks, we've got Helen McGinn. Good morning, Hels.
Oh, good morning, Matt. How are you?
I'm all right. You got your Christmas party outfit on as well?
I have. I'm going to be wearing it from now on.
Now, our special guest today is a former fishmonger, furniture maker and kitchen porter and DJ, I understand. Thankfully for us, he found his way onto the comedy circuit and his career successes include 3 sellout tours. He's actually bigger than Beyonce. Please welcome the always entertaining Micky Flanagan. Good morning, Micky. Thanks for joining us. This time next week, it's all going to be over.
It is going to be over.
That's something to focus on.
Is that your festive cheer coming out there? Oh, it'll be over.
I've just realised. Are you a Christmas fan?
I'm not a massive fan of it, but it's a lovely time to meet people and catch up with people.
Yeah.
But
well
I'm not a huge.
Well, thank God we got Gennaro to drag it out.
But I feel much more Christmassy just looking at Gennaro, to be honest.
You're supposed to wear a jumper.
I'm wearing my best outfit. This is my party outfit.
What do you call it, the best one?
It's really hot as well. I don't know how long it's going to last. Right, Micky, let's see what's on the menu today. Gennaro, you're first up. What you got?
Well, I've got this lovely fillet of sea bass, which largely cooked in cherry tomatoes with a garlic, little chili, little capers inside, splash of a wine, lots of herb, several more on a slice of a bruschetta, the rest toast some lovely linguine or Theo spaghetti inside, then put them on a plate, drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Oh, my. You're going to love it.
He does that. He's not having a fit.
He's like that commentator who goes...
It'd be taking the mick out of me all morning. I saw him 20 minutes ago. You know, put the spaghetti inside of the tomato, left them on top there.
Now, Ange, you're at home. I'm going to have a crack at recreating your dish. What have you got for us?
You're going to do a beautiful lamb neck stew with some wet polenta and some fresh salsa on top.
Very nice, and you're going to keep me on straight and narrow with that one. Do you like the sound of those dishes, Micky?
They both sound absolutely right up my street.
Because you've just got into cooking, haven't you, really?
I have, yeah. In the last year, I've really got into it.
Yeah.
It's become can you call it a hobby?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, my wife's been telling me to get a hobby for 20 years, and it's happened.
And it's one you can eat.
It's finally happened,
Brilliant.
and I can look at it and say, I've got one. Yeah.
And Hels, how did you get on with the food and drink this week?
Oh yeah, they were just really lovely. lovely dishes to match, and I've managed to go red and white, and I've even found an excuse to get a rosé in there as well, so I'm very happy.
Any excuse to get a rosé. Now, many of us are unable to see family and friends at Christmas this year, so I've got a bit of a celebratory dinner idea that's perfect for just 2 people. So a guinea fowl leg ballotine filled with shallots and spinach and mushrooms and thyme. I'm going to wrap that up in pancetta and roast it. I'm going to serve it with slices of the roasted crown, some sautéed sprouts, some chestnuts, some apples, and finish that with a Madeira sauce and a touch of cream. Very delicious it is as well. Now, Mickey, end of the show, food heaven, food hell.
Right, for food heaven, we have chickpeas and tuna, 2 of my favourite things.
Okay.
In any combination.
You like a curry, don't you?
I love a curry.
Right.
Chana masala.
Right.
Is that right? Yeah.
Don't know.
And my hell is fruit on a dessert.
Okay.
I'm not,
It's
not
not
big-
fruit as such, just fruity desserts.
Fruity desserts, yeah.
Okay.
I don't mean like I have sort of roly-poly and someone puts an apple on the top. I know, excuse me, I think you get it wrong. Yeah, just fruity desserts. You know, because my wife will often have dessert and it will have raspberries and strawberries on it.
Too
And I'm
much.
like, what's going on? This
Just mixing
I'm not
genres.
detoxing here. I'm,
Just want, right, OK, so dessert or fruit, but not together.
not together. No.
Right, so if the viewers give you heaven, I'm going to rustle up more than a few of your favourite things. So I'm going to marinate tuna steak in a spicy citrus and herb dressing. I'm going to sear that and serve it with a coconut-based chickpea, spinach, aubergine and coriander curry. But if your viewers give you hell, it's going to be a festive trifle perfect for Christmas Day. So I'm going to soak slices of panettone in masala wine. I'm going to layer those up with some slow-roasted Christmas fruits and nuts. I'm going to cover that in custard, a ricotta cream, topped with some clementines, pomegranates and pistachios. Obviously, you're going to have to wait to the end of the show to find out which one the viewers vote for. So, guys, go and log on to the website where you can vote for Mickey's Heaven or Hell, and you can view the terms and privacy notices there as well. Now, as ever, you've been sending us in pictures of your dishes that you've made at home this week. Let's have a look at some of these. There's the montage picture. Very nice. Very nice. Where's my stick? I didn't get my stick today. Can we get my stick, please?
Have you got a pointer?
I have got a pointer.
You need a pointer.
I know. Where's my pointer? I'm lost without it. It's like a safety blanket.
Ridiculous.
Right, anyway, so there's a montage of some of the pictures that you guys sent in. Very nice.
Should I be your pointer?
Yeah, go on.
Be your pointer. Tell me which one you...
So let's take a closer look. To be honest with you,
Yeah, it's got a pointer.
I don't really need it, thanks.
I
It's
think
just
you
something.
do.
It's just something I quite
gives you
like.
authority.
It does. I wanted a laser pen, but we couldn't stretch the budget.
You were taking people's eyes out.
Right, so here it is. Anyway, let's have a closer look at some of the favourites. First up, we've got Bex and Hannah, who made Paul A. Young's cherry and almond truffles. Look at those.
They are fantastic.
They're amazing. They're very
That's
nice.
the lemon over there.
Yeah, thanks for that, Mickey. A bit of Christmas tree. Right, Mark gave my mincemeat samosas a go last week. Told you they were good. Sounded funny, but they are good. Look at those, very nice. And we had to include Brian in his amazing food styling, and this week he's making Theo's duck ragu. Brian, you never let us down. Look at that, you've even got a piece of board. I bet that's one of those photographers' boards.
It's like someone's put it outside the door.
Lovely.
We'll leave it outside the door.
Keep them coming in. Just send them over to us at saturday.kitchen@cactustv.co.uk or share them using the hashtag SaturdayKitchen. Right, Gennaro, you ready?
Right, I'm really ready.
Right,
when
come
you
on
go.
then. What is it? It's 2 dishes, but you make it
Two
at the
dishes
same
one.
time, right?
It is indeed. First of all, spaghetti goes in, or a pieve linguine. Just put them inside, quickly make sure the water is really, really boiling.
Yeah.
Hold them slowly on top, but don't put your hands inside because you're going to get
Top
burned.
tip.
Salt, very important to put the salt inside. Right, in a pan, we shall remove it. I'm going to get some lovely extra virgin olive oil, which I love it.
You might want to turn the
Couple
heat
of
up, Chief.
Sir?
It's quite low heat.
Really?
Yeah.
You...
Be here all day. I didn't turn it down.
You did. I saw you. I saw you. So, first of all, you need a garlic.
Yeah.
Just a slice, quite thick slice, in case you don't like the texture of a garlic. So, can always remove it straight inside. Little chili. Very, very important chili. When actually you want to know how the chili, if it's strong or not, you just slice it just a little bit, break away from your eyes, smell it. If it smells strong, which this is, you know, you put less inside.
Right, so you can actually smell the heat.
Of course you can
You don't have to just try it.
No, try.
But what would you compare it with, though? Would you build up a sense of chili?
Yes, chili,
Yeah.
it is a flavour. It's not like you have to eat and you start to sweat. It's changed the flavour. It helps the dish to become more genuine, what we call them in Italy.
Okay.
So on this one, a few capers. Stay away from there.
Yeah, watch your shirt.
Stay away from there. Stay away. I knew straight away this is why. This is what the chefs do in the kitchen. Stay away. Matt,
I didn't know
somebody
look at me.
blackmailed me. So you put a few capers.
Olives, capers,
few
right.
tomato.
The olives are stoned, right?
Stone it is very, very important with the stone. That's good. Then you get
Can we talk about this olive and stone thing?
Are you not into it? Not happy?
When are the stones coming out?
The stones are out now, aren't they?
Yeah, the stone is out now.
But
in the olives?
Yes.
What do you think about people who make a meal and then leave the stones in the olives on the meal?
I myself, I don't mind. How long you tell them, the people is eating, say, look, there's a stone inside the olives. So be careful, you might crack your teeth.
I'm sensing you're not into it.
No, but I've had meals when that's happened and I'm just like, is your brother-in-law a dentist or something? Because surely that is part of your job.
As a cook,
to make this meal safe.
Edible.
Yeah. I got a pizza once with the olives on and it had stones in. I was in so incensed. I couldn't enjoy the pizza. I was just like... I'm still raging now. This was 4 years ago.
Look, I can see.
I
can see.
It should be
You've
out.
got to let it go.
I can't let it go.
You've got to let it go. Right, what else has got in there?
All right, little touch of wine. I put some water.
Yeah.
Now, little touch of wine and just a little bit more of water. You just cover and there's almost the steam, almost poached. There's this beautiful bed of this lovely cherries, sweet cherry tomato, which they're nice and ripe. They lay on top, and they dance, they go almost crazy inside here with that flavour of the capers and olive and garlic and the chili and the parsley on top. My mind. It tastes so good.
Take a breath.
Yeah, take a breath.
Take a breath. So listen, while that's cooking, this is a traditional dish for Christmas Eve.
It is indeed. This is north of Italy. They use lots of meats, indeed, but also they have a fish as well. South of Italy, they use more fish, and the Christmas Day is Christmas Eve. Believe me or not, Christmas Day we eat the leftover of the Christmas
so that's your
Eve
Boxing Day.
plus.
Okay.
So you have your Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve? The big
Christmas
meal.
Eve. Yeah, it is for the family gathered together.
And the presents?
And the present actually is l'Epifania. The Epiphany is the 6th. November, Gennaio, Febbraio, Marzo, Aprile, Maggio, Giugno, Luglio, Agosto, Settembre, Ottobre, November, December, January.
January.
Yeah.
The 6th of January.
Okay.
You have the Epiphany, which is resembling a witch on a broom. Goes around and drop present everywhere.
The witch does?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I remember when I was a little boy, the day after the Epiphany, everybody come out with this beautiful small car and bicycle. Once I nicked the car of this boy and our next village. But I put it back.
So you nicked somebody's bike?
Yeah, I did. But I gave him back. So,
nice neighbourhood.
Anyway, did you like my shirt?
I do like your shirt. There's a sink there if you want to wash your hands.
Oh, God, that's good for now. Oh, that's
and
good.
then the other thing I'm going to lead you to is you're going to serve this with some...
Did you ask me where you get it from?
Where did you get your shirt?
Jamie gave it to me.
Did he? Is this the Jamie Oliver?
Yeah, his shirt actually almost nicked it.
I like them more than Christmas jumpers. I can't do a Christmas jumper.
Why?
Because they're just, don't know, just don't like them.
Why you don't like it?
Polyester.
Polyester.
It's not me. Right, you're serving this with bruschetta, yeah?
Yeah, I serve it. Now, at this stage, some clams goes inside.
Right.
And you make sure you look all the muscles. Just put them inside. Let it cook for another minute or two, and then it should be ready. Let me just clear all this one from me a minute. Okay. This is so easy to make this dish. It is unbelievable. It doesn't take any time at all. You don't have to worry. Everything is there. But be very careful when you actually put some water inside, because do make flame. Yeah. But we are cook, we are chef, which...
That would probably set off the alarm in my house.
Have you got a sprinkler system as well?
Have I got a sprinkler system?
Yeah, you want to watch that.
No, but the fire brigade will turn up. They won't be too pleased unless I present them with a meal, maybe.
Yeah. So, Gennaro, you brought out a book, didn't you? It's an e-book.
E-book, yes.
For the Trussell Trust.
Yes, yeah, it is good food for the hard time. It only costs £5 on Kimball's. You can buy it. The loyalty goes straight to food bank, to lots and lots and lots of people.
Okay, and it's only £5.
It's only £5, £5.25. Please do buy, because it's so important, especially this year, we need to help one each other. And this is the way which, among other things, we do it to contribute. Because don't forget, while we eat a lovely meal on a table, Christmas or Boxing Day or wherever, people sleep in the street, people go there, there is no fine.
So you have your Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve? The big
Christmas
meal.
Eve. Yeah, it is for the family gathered together.
And the presents?
And the present actually is l'Epifania. The Epiphany is the 6th. November, January, February, March, April, Maggio, Giugno, Luglio, Agosto, Settembre, Ottobre, November, December, January.
January.
Yeah.
The 6th of January.
Okay.
You have the Epiphany, which is resembling a witch on a broom. Goes around and drop present everywhere.
The witch does?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I remember when I was a little boy, the day after the Epiphany, everybody came out with this beautiful small car and bicycle. Once I nicked the car of this boy and I'm an ex-village.
So
I put it back.
So you nicked somebody's bike?
Yeah, I did. But I give him back. So,
nice neighbourhood.
Anyway, did you like my shirt?
I do like your shirt. There's a sink there if you want to wash your hands.
Oh, thanks God for that. Oh, that's
and
good.
then the other thing I'm going to lead you to is you're going to serve this with...
Did you ask me where you get it from?
Where did you get your shirt?
Jen gave it to me.
Did he? Is this DJ the Oliver?
Yes, his shirt actually almost nicked it.
I like them more than Christmas jumpers. I can't do a Christmas jumper.
Why?
Because they're just, well, don't know, just don't like them.
Why do you not like it?
Polyester.
Polyester.
It's not me. Right, you're serving this with bruschetta, yeah?
Yeah, I serve it now. At this stage, some clams goes inside.
Right.
And you make sure you look all the mussels. Just put them inside. And let it cook for another minute or two, and then it should be ready. Let me just clear all this one from here a minute. Okay. This is so easy to make this dish. It is unbelievable. It doesn't take any time at all. You don't have to worry. Everything is there. But be very careful when you actually put some water inside, because do make flame. Yeah. But we are cook, we are chef, which...
That would probably set off the alarm in my house.
Have you got a sprinkler system as well?
Have I got a sprinkler system?
What's that?
No, but the fire brigade will turn up. They won't be too pleased unless I present it with a meal, maybe.
So, Gennaro, you brought out a book, didn't you? It's an e-book.
E-book, yes.
For the Trussell Trust.
Yes, yeah, it is good food for the hard time. It only costs £5 on Kimball's. You can buy it. The loyalty goes straight to food bank, to lots and lots and lots of people.
Okay, and it's only £5.
It's only £5, £5.25. Please do buy, because it's so important, especially this year, we need to help one each other. And this is the way which, among other things, we do it to contribute. Because don't forget, while we eat a lovely meal on a table, Christmas or Boxing Day or wherever, people sleep in the street, people go there, there is no fine.
A very charitable cause. Let's just have a look at this. Can we look at this slide? What's this charitable cause? Can we have a look at this?
Trust the trust.
No, let's have a look at this. What is that? Big G.
Oh my God! Oh my! I only showed you that picture this morning.
It's like, do you remember on
the
old bar snacks when you pull them off and there was a...
Oh, there was a scantily clad
beautiful lady behind
Yeah.
it. Well, that's Gennaro. What was that for?
Actually, that was nice because we had an indoor, a kind of a Zoom party. You can see people from far away. And Barnaby, one of the architects, one of the brainy things. So it created a kind of a pub.
Yeah.
And you put that one in.
Yeah.
And Jimmy took it.
So when you pull those nuts off,
there's nothing. No, you can pull him out. I got my Speedo underneath there.
Your Speedo.
Oh dear.
What a beautiful image. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And talking of Speedos, other nuts are available. That was good timing, wasn't it? Right. What else are we doing?
Well, it's nearly ready now. You can see it doesn't take long. The fish with the mussels, everything, it's all inside. All the mussels start to open, and the vongole starts to open. And you can see this lovely tomato inside here. They're all crushed and squished. And then you have a look. Sorry, Ma'am Chef. The fish is ready, actually. Yeah, good. In no time at all.
I like the surprise in your voice.
So I tossed some nice bruschetta, couple of slices of rustic bread,
Right.
which I'm going to put them in a plate.
And you're, I understand you're bringing out a book next year on lemons.
Next year on lemon.
Just
also
lemons.
published by Pavilion. Or just lemon. Because so many people, they think it's lemons just for gin and tonic. Or perhaps something. With the lemon, you do anything. I could never fish without the lemon, and today I don't have a lemon. Oh, never mind. This is
it's the end of the year, Gennaro.
It's that time
end of the year.
Don't mad.
Did you see Michaela's face there? You don't have a lemon because it wasn't in your recipe. That's what
that was
face
not
said.
in the recipe. Oh my God, I am sorry. I have to taste these sauce. These sauce. Oh, you won't taste it?
Oh yeah, she's going to lob a lemon at you in a minute. Look.
Oh my God, yes, yeah.
Go on.
Go on,
incoming.
Gone, a lemon.
Put him in the slips.
Right, let's plate this.
Let's plate this just
Let's plate
because
this.
it's ready. Oh my goodness me, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love, I promise you.
Well, I loved it in rehearsal. I like the fact that you get the 2 dishes.
Yes, 2 dishes. Few vongole.
Is this
and
is your
mussels.
cooking stretched to this sort of?
It's maybe a little bit beyond my remit.
Really?
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there. Yeah. The fish would worry me a bit.
Really? Why would that worry you?
Because I think I'd make it go rubbery.
Oh, okay.
I think the timing would be
off.
Yeah. That would worry me, the fish bit.
Just a little bit of sauce. Just.
So then the spaghetti gets tossed in the rest of the sauce.
Oh my goodness.
And do you eat this at the same time or at different times?
Yeah, you can have them any time, you know, special for light lunch. You can have this sauce. Look at that. The pasta goes straight inside.
And
perfectly cooked.
Can I ask one question? You know, you've said about putting salt in the pasta at the beginning.
Yeah.
Why does that make it better?
What? Salt in the pasta?
Yeah,
You need to. You
What
need
would,
it.
would it be a major problem if you
It's really
didn't?
brand. Inside each liter of water, you need about 5 to 7 grams of salt. It doesn't mean you take 7 grams of salt.
I feel like I've distracted the teacher because we don't want to do any work in the class.
Tell us what it is.
You should ask the teacher
tactic.
questions
We
just
used
so
to do
you
that.
couldn't set any work.
No, you need that because it's quite...
Is that a bell?
I'm sorry, I don't know, we're starting now.
If you don't use salt, it's quite bland. You know, and when you put 5 to 7 grams of salt inside the water, you know, the salt stays inside the water, so you don't have to worry. So here, because it pushed me to go so fast, this man.
Yeah, I really pushed you on that.
And I want
12 minutes.
12 minutes, that's good. That's good. Okay, drizzle of olive oil. I'm rushing, I'm going.
Careful, lad.
And buon appetito.
Right, remind us what we have here.
Okay, we have a fillet of a sea bass served with a lovely cherry tomato, vongole and mussels. You will love it.
Beautiful.
Okay, just a minute. Don't move. I forgot the lemon. I forgot the lemon. Now you can do it.
Right, you done?
Yeah.
Ace. Right. There you go, Mickey. Yeah, try that. Grab your wine, Gennaro. I think you might need it. Right. So what do we got here? Nice Fiano.
We've got a Fiano, and actually, Gennaro, you've got lemons in your glass with this one. So the grape is Fiano, and this one is from southern Italy, down in Salento, so like the little heel of the boot. And because it's got breeze on 3 sides, so the grapes they're really lovely and fresh. So they've got lots of fruit in the wine, but really crisp as well. But it's basically, it just gives some Italian sun in the glass, which goes beautifully with those gorgeous sunny flavours in the dish. $9.99 from Waitrose.
That is very good. The Salento's right at the end of the boot of Italy. That beautiful coastal place, so hot, so warm, and this wine, it goes for it.
Yeah,
That is superb.
It's good, isn't it?
Really good.
Nice combo.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
10 in the morning, it's not bad, is it?
late for me.
Thanks for that,
Actually.
That's delicious, thank you very much. Right, coming up, I'll be cooking Angela's lamb stew with polenta. She's going to keep me on track from her home, I have no doubt. You're going to put your specs on and look over the top of them. I've seen you do that, Alice.
Is this the Skyver? Is this the Skyver?
Yes, she's skiving. And we're also giving a shout out to thank some of the local food heroes that you guys have nominated. Don't forget to send in your foodie photos and questions to saturday.kitchen@cactustv.co.uk or join in the chat on social media using the hashtag SaturdayKitchen. And will Mickey be facing his Food Heaven spiced tuna steak with chickpea curry or his Food Hell panettone trifle with Christmas fruits? Going along to the website now. Have your say. Okay, time to catch up with Rick now, and this week he's sampling some of the traditional dishes that are consumed in Spain over the festive period, and he's also sent us a special Christmas message, so take it away, Rick.
Good morning, Rick here. I'd just like to wish all the Saturday Kitchen viewers a very happy Christmas. And whatever you're doing over this festive period, I hope you're tucking into something truly delicious.
Thanks for that, Rick. Looked like a proper feast there. Now, as we all know, this Christmas is going to be pretty tough this year. Some people are unable to see family and friends, so I wanted to make a kind of Christmas dinner for two that still feels a bit special and celebratory. This will work for just one. It can be scaled up. So I'm going to do Guinea Fowl. Now, Guinea Fowl, if you haven't tried it, think chicken and then some. It's just much more of a sort of developed flavour. It's kind of like a gateway to game, if you will. But it's delicious. The breast is quite a thin breast, so one bird will easily feed two people. So what I've done here, I'll get the crown on. So cook the breast on the crown, okay, season inside and out. And then the reason you cook it on the crown is because it holds its shape. If you cook breasts, any breast, like chicken breasts or these guinea fowl, if you cook it off the crown, it sort of tends to curl up and it doesn't look quite as sort of nice. It also keeps its kind of flavour and its all the juices inside as well. So give that a nice sear, give it a good colour all over, bung that in the oven, about 180 for about sort of 15 to 20 minutes. Right, these legs, you can ask your butcher to do this. He'll be thrilled, especially this time of year, because they haven't got a lot on, to be honest. So I'm never going to be served in a butcher shop again. So get them to take the bone out. It is quite easy. You just basically cut from top to toe, open it up, and then just slowly sort of go round it. I would show you, but I'm running out of time. So you do it like that. So I've got some pancetta here, smoked pancetta. And I've got a couple of bits of foil and a bit of baking paper. So if you lay those down like that, just slightly overlapping, give it a good season, and then the filling, I've got a cold one here, is just some shallots, some Paris brown mushrooms or chestnut mushrooms, a bit of garlic, some thyme, and some spinach, okay? So make that go cold, put it inside the bird, and then we're going to roll it, stick it in the fridge, chill it for a couple of hours until it firms up, and then that goes into an oven, and you cook it in the foil, and then take it out and glaze it. And that'll take around about 25 minutes to get through that foil. Right, so let's do this. And Mickey, I haven't forgotten you. You're not just come here to watch me cook. This is quite an in-depth...
If only I could bone a chicken leg, I might get some attention.
Right, so here, let's move it over here. Right, so let's roll this like so. So roll it up into kind of a sausage shape. And that is it, OK? So when it looks like that, get your foil and wrap it around, holding the ends, and then just squeeze it as you go, OK? And that is that, all right? So I'm going to put that away in the fridge, and then we'll chat to Micky Flanagan. So, Micky, I watched your show last night, Peeping Behind the Curtain, a documentary on how to make a tour, basically, starting from the, sort of the base grassroots of an inkling of an idea to how it ends up at the O2.
Yeah, well, comedy is one of those things that once you've done it and committed the material to DVD or whatever, you have to write a new show. It's as simple as that. You can't go out and do it again. So you are back to where you started. No material, no jokes, nothing.
That was a really interesting point, because there was a fellow, was it your tour manager, was in there, and he was saying, you go and see the Rolling Stones, you want to hear their hits. You want some new stuff, but you want to hear the hits as well.
Yeah.
But it's not like that with you guys.
Absolutely not. No. You can maybe get away with one bit where they go, wee, but it's not the same.
Which obviously, for your bit, is the out-out thing. I mean, is that? Do you still enjoy that? Or is that your stairway to heaven, as it were?
No, I still enjoy it. Yeah. No, I don't think you would ever say, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be like Bob Dylan. No, I'm not doing that one.
But it was interesting because you realise the whole craft of it, and how long it damn well takes to get a joke onto the stage. I mean, you said that has like 20 or 30 outings before it's actually...
It's a massive, massive process, starting off in tiny little clubs where I'll walk out for 10 minutes and just try a few bits out. Then we go into a 100-seater, then we go into 400-seater, then we go into small theatres. And when we think the show is ready, we go, right, we can play the arenas now. Right. Because there's no room for error in arenas. And you have to do that each time. So you know what you're doing as a comedian, you just don't know what's funny. Whereas at the beginning of your career, you don't know what you're doing as a comedian, and you don't know what's funny either. So you are in double trouble. You walk out and people go, this geezer don't know what he's doing, and he's not funny, and he's got no funny material. So,
I mean, there were some fantastic pieces in the documentary where you show old clips of you at the comedy store, absolutely dying.
Yeah.
And it's quite...
Not absolutely.
Absolutely. It destroyed you, Mickey.
I got one or two laughs, you know. I mean, that cabbage didn't come from...
I didn't know where to look.
No. Part of the business is painful, horrible deaths.
Right.
It's just because you progress to stages where you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
How else are you going to do it? And sometimes you get found out. It's as simple as that. And it's painful and horrible.
Is that as important a process as... getting the laughs?
Yeah. The general rule is you learn more from a bad gig than a good one.
Right.
You know, because you learn where you went wrong.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is just trust. You know, the audience are looking and they're thinking, why don't we trust this fella? And it takes them about 5 minutes to work out. The reason we don't trust you is because you're not good enough to be here at the moment. You might be in a few years' time.
Right.
So it can take about 5 minutes for the wheels to come off before somebody goes, get up, or... you know, and then the sweat starts pouring off, your mouth goes dry, and you think, oh no.
Yeah.
And then you die.
And I suspect that escalates pretty quickly.
It can happen really quickly. Sometimes it takes them about 5-10 minutes. Then we're looking at each other going, is this geezer rubbish or is it me or what? But deaths they spiral out of control because you start to stumble over your words, your timing goes a bit. Then you'll pick on someone and be a bit harsh to them. People go, no, he's not funny, he's quite horrible as well, isn't he? And before you know it, they go, get this nasty, horrible person off the stage. Is there a comedian in the room? So it spirals out of control.
So look, before I do everything, let's just recap this. So the bird's in the oven. I'm going to come back to that in just a bit. This is the garnish, really simple. So I've got some sprouts. Get a mandolin or use your knife and chop them really, really finely. And therefore, they don't take more than a couple of minutes, OK? So I'm going to sauté those off. I've got some chestnuts. Obviously, it's Christmas, bit tradition, isn't it? And I've got an apple in there just to sort of liven it up a little bit. Just a little bit of fruit in your dinner.
I don't like those mandolin things.
You
terrify me.
Yeah, they're. You got to be careful of them.
I'm very, very careful.
Yeah, they just are an accident waiting to happen.
And then I'm going to finish that with a touch of Madeira because I use it all the time. I think it's a real kind of secret weapon in the kitchen. And a little bit of stock and a little bit of cream, but not too much. Right, so that's that. So in with Madeira. Boil that off. You're still going to get that kind of sweetness and that nice glaze.
There it goes again. Hey, I'm not the only one to do that.
And then in with some stock. So the other thing that was evident from the show was the fact that yes, you have your bad moments, and then it suddenly rises to a realness. And the audience, I suspect, are really kind of willing you on. They've paid a lot of money to be there. They're right behind you. As I suspect in the early days, or the lower end of the scale, when you're in small clubs, they're kind of there looking for.
Well, also you're comedian number 3 on that night. You know, you're not. And but by the time you get to play the big rooms, they've come to see you. They like you. They trust you. They want you to succeed. All you then have to do is make sure you're in a position not to disappoint them.
Yeah.
They're not going to come and start going, I hope he dies this tonight, I hope it's rubbish. You know? So you're right at the other end of the spectrum. All you can do at that point is let them down.
And is it preferable to pay those big arenas? Although they must be daunting and they're behind you, I would have thought the smaller clubs, you're a bit more on edge and a bit more fighty, a bit punchy about how you operate.
It's such a big... the arenas, as long as you've got massive screens, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
So that everybody in the arena picks a screen, goes, I'm going to watch the show on that screen there.
Right.
It still can work.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't be dealing with someone shouting something out, you know, in row 34, because you've got a whole room to entertain. Whereas in a small room, if someone goes to their friend, we should have watched the football, you know, everybody hears it. So you have to go, sorry, mate, you should have watched the football. You know, so you have to deal with everything that goes on in the room. That can be quite, you know, you can hear sort of like people sigh.
And what's it like when in the smaller clubs when people get up and walk out?
When they get up and walk out, I just imagine that they're having got an illness or something. I don't for 1 second think. I just think, oh, he's in trouble with a wife or something. Yeah. All that stuff you have to put to the back of your mind. You know, nothing must bother you when you're on stage. That's one of the keys to it.
I'll remember that next time I do a demo and people walk out.
And also...
which can be really disconcerting.
You've just got to think, oh, they're going to miss their train. That's all that's about. You know, so they've got up and...
It can't possibly be me.
Yeah, you know, they're missing out on gold here. Fools.
Right, OK, so... Bird's quite hot. Let it cool down, and you'll be able to do this a lot better than I am. So take it off the crown, trim it up, make sure there's no bones in there, and then let's have a look at this affair here. Right. So give them a decent slice of this ballotine. Now it will look slightly pink in the middle, but it's not undercooked. I assure you. It's because it's just because it's basically a game bird and it's had a bit of a life.
Also,
really.
the leg is always a little bit dark.
Yeah, it's just the dark, exactly. It's just the dark meat, right.
So when you say it's a little bit pink, you know, but being a new chef, I am terrified of poisoning people.
Right, and quite rightly too.
You know, mind you, sometimes I think I will poison you if they shut up. But you know, people are going on and on. You think, give him the poison. So if I was to say to you, I'm not happy with that being pink, I want it absolutely cooked, would that be OK, or would it spoil it?
I think when it comes down to restaurants, if you're paying, even if it's, you know, not what the chef particularly wants. Oh, yeah. It's what you're paying for, isn't it?
They get really upset.
If you want a well-done steak, you get... I mean, look at Angela's kind of nodding in the background. Do you go along with that, Ange?
I totally agree. The customer, if they're paying for it, they can get what they want. If they want it well done or if they want a salad, they do what they want.
Yeah.
If I wanted some baked beans over the top, do you think that would cause an issue?
For you, Mickey, I would give you baked beans. Not a problem at all.
Right, tuck into that. Let me know what you think.
Superb.
Just try the ballotine because it's nice. It's worth the effort, and once you get the gist of it, it's quite easy. I'll let them tuck into this. So what will I be making for Mickey at the end of the show? Will it be his food heaven, which is tuna chickpea curry? If so, I'm going to marinate tuna steak in a spicy citrus and herb dressing before searing and serving with a coconut-based chickpea, spinach, aubergine, coriander curry. Or will it be his food hell trifle? So I'll soak slices of panettone in masala wine, layer those up with some slow-roasted Christmas fruits and nuts, covered in custard and ricotta cream. I'm going to top that with some clementines, pomegranates and pistachios because they look Christmassy. Go and log on to the website now and have your say. How is that? It's all right?
That is...
Good. You happy?
I just love it.
Good.
I like saying the word, ballotine.
Ballantine.
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 Sounds like a gangster, doesn't he?
Ballantine.
Have you seen Ballantine?
What, a mobster. Right, still to come. We'll be saying thank you to some of your local heroes who are helping their communities over the Christmas period, and Mickey will be facing either his food heaven, a spiced tuna steak with chickpea curry, or his food hell, panettone trifle with Christmas fruit. Thousands of people have voted. There's 14 votes in it.
14 in
14.
Wow. It's like Brexit.
Between
it's like Brexit.
Yes, it is. It's just like Brexit. The similarities are endless.
A nation divided.
A nation is divided. Go and log on to the website now and have your say. You can make a big difference. And in fact, news just coming in is exactly the same. Get online. Crash the web. Right, Ange. So I'm going to make your lamb stew. Do you want to talk us through this?
Yeah, so you've got your pan on a nice heat there, Matt.
I have, Chef, yes.
Yeah, good. And you're going to cut up. It's a lovely piece of meat, the lamb neck fillet, because it needs a long time to cook, but it's really delicious, full of flavour, and really you don't have to prep it at all. Just literally cut it up and whack it in the pan, nicely seasoned.
It's often overlooked, a lamb neck, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, I think so, and I think it's one of those cheaper cuts of meat, but it's so, so delicious. And like any stew or anything that you cook for a long time, it's always better the next day. So this is a great dish you can prepare a couple of days ahead. And it's nice. I like the way you do that, Matt. Straight in the pan, no messing around.
Don't mess around, Ange. Don't mess around. Not when I'm 3 minutes down already.
I love lamb. Lamb is so good. In Italy, lamb is really traditional to have a monista. But I have lamb all year round, all kind of lamb.
Yeah.
Muttons is so good.
It's interesting. You haven't got any onion going in this traditional kind of sofrito.
No, I don't. I'm keeping it because what I like to do is serve all the vegetables that I've cooked with the lamb as part of the dip. And I think sometimes the onions can go really mushy, whereas the carrots and celery sort of hold themselves. Okay. And the garlic you can just mash up into the sauce, which would be amazing.
And you're gonna serve the veg with this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's if you follow my instructions, Matt. So this is what I'm telling you.
Serve
the veg with it.
I was just saying, doing that film we just watched of Raymond, we had both Helen and Angela there on the screens with their glasses on, and it looked like a parent-teacher conference.
Teacher, that's good.
Yeah, it felt like I was on a Zoom call with my teachers or something like that.
I'm putting them on now, Matt.
No, don't. It scares me.
I've got it.
Right. So in a perfect world, that'll be brown for about what, 20 minutes?
Well, no, probably about 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, and now you can add your bacon now, brown up with it as well. Add in your garlic as well, rosemary, nice bit of seasoning, Matt. Yeah, I love the way you're just doing that, all lobbed in the pan. It's fantastic.
With finesse. You keep telling me these are kind of...
Isn't it nice, Gennaro, to see Matt under pressure?
I love it. I love it to see him under pressure.
Right, tomato puree.
I'm just going to sit here, I've got my wine ready to go when you finish, Matt, so it's all going to be good.
Right, so we got a bit of wine, bit of stock, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what I like to do is add a little bit of tomato puree, because that adds a nice little thickening agent to it. Yeah. And just cook that off for a minute or two, the tomato puree, before you add your wine and the stock.
Okay, I will do that. Now we're serving this with some Parmesan Polenta. You're using quick cook polenta here. What's your take on that?
Listen, I think if people don't know polenta and they've never eaten it before, I think use the quick stuff because I think it's easy to cook and it's manageable. Yeah. I think polenta's an acquired taste. I love it. Because it can be really dull. People a while to get to like it.
Can it? It needs a lot of help.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You need to add lard to it and butter and, Parmesan, loads of fats.
Do you make it with lard? Is that a thing?
Well, what I'm saying is put bacon on top rather than half.
Okay, nice.
It's lovely polenta to make polenta concha, which you put all the cheese, special with cheeses called toma, just mix all up. Parmesan goes well. I just love Parmesan.
No, nice.
But also you have a polenta left. I got so much polenta left. What to do? My goodness me, you can do some and slice and grill it, or just to fry. That is just delicious.
Little bit of, you know, cheese on top, little bit of bacon or something. Pancetta is perfect. Perfect.
Anchovy
Love it. It's your
my friend.
breakfast.
Right.
Really good.
Let's just go back to the stew. Okay, so in with some chicken stock, veg stock, lamb stock. Lid on. How long for?
About an hour and 30 minutes.
Okay.
4 pieces of lamb leg fillet. And also, I think, you know, I've made that with water as well. You know, don't worry if you haven't got stock at home. Just top up with water. You know, it's just as good.
There's a lot of flavour in there,
That
right?
confuses people when you go veg stock, lamb stock, chicken stock.
Yeah, just throw away all that
People
stock.
want more guidance, you know.
Yes.
And then they say, I've just put some water in it. And people
Yeah,
are
so
going,
which is it?
Just tell me! Tell me!
You like to mix it up a bit, Micky.
Throw some Guinness in there. Put some Guinness in there.
Oh, yeah. It probably will work, a Guinness.
Yeah.
In a stew, yeah.
Right, I've got some milk and water coming up to boil.
Yeah.
Talk us through how you make polenta.
So basically, the key when you make polenta is make sure that your liquid, your milk and water is boiling, and doing it exactly as you're doing that. Just a long stream and whisk all the time because it will get really thick. Very good, Matt. I'm loving that. Loving that. Very good. Very good. 10 out of 10 so far.
Thank you.
Action, Matt.
Okay, so this will suddenly kind of, I can see it now, it's slowly
starting
thickening.
to thicken up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
and then
fine.
flavour-wise, you know, you've seasoned up your milk and your water. Then you'll add some Parmesan, some butter into there, and that will really give it that lovely, unctuous, sort of delicious flavour.
So once it's bubbles, that's it, it's done.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much, yeah.
Right, so off the heat, then in with quite a lot of butter and quite a lot of
lovely
Parmesan.
butter.
Okay.
Yeah, we all love that.
Right, good. Okay, so obviously there's a lot of salt in there as well, so... let's be
Yeah, so
careful.
don't over-season, yeah. Give it a taste.
Gennaro, you do pasta masterclasses online, don't you?
It is indeed, yeah. Jamie Oliver past masterclass.
Do you do polenta masterclasses?
We do polenta in many different
How do you make
ways.
yours?
But easy. Well, quick polenta is almost the same. I don't usually use the milk myself, which I learned something else from Angela. Thank you. But after the polenta, well, when we have some polenta left, also we can make fantastic gnocchi. Just cut them in small little cubes, boil it, put a bit of sauce on top, or put a nice bit of pesto. I mean, one pesto Genovese, and it is delicious. Couple of times a week.
Sounds good.
Couple of times a week we do a pasta masterclass, and many times we do the polenta as well.
Right, salsa verde now. Paying attention?
Yep.
Okay, not you, Ange. Sorry, I wouldn't talk to you like that. Okay, so what's in your salsa
I'm going to
verde?
see him later.
So I've sort of stolen this little one from Valentine Warner, actually, because I like the way he uses shallots and mustard in his. And like Gennaro as well, I think I've forgotten to put lemon in, but you can add a little bit of lemon as well. So we've got parsley, olive oil, red wine, garlic, capers, anchovies.
Okay, and do you prefer doing it by hand or in a mixer?
Definitely by hand. I'm awful to my poor cooks at work. I make them chop it all by hand. No mixer. Nice and chunky.
It makes a big difference. I think it's always nice when you make mayonnaise by hand as well, rather than in it, because it just looks like shop bought stuff otherwise, doesn't it? But there we are.
Yeah, we've all got time these days.
Yeah.
Did you know it's always very hard for me to make a mayonnaise? I can never make it. It always goes to liquid.
Yeah, try doing it on telly, mate. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I used to have to make the mayonnaise in the restaurant I worked in.
Really?
And I make it now, but...
Yeah. It's hard work. I mean, really, whisking.
Where was this? This was in New York, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on Long Island. Yeah, just outside New York.
How long were you a chef there? Were you a chef there, Micky?
They let me do one Sunday night at the end of the summer.
That was it?
We had about 3 people in. And I was still in the weeds. I was still in the weeds. I was like, oh no, 3 dupes up. This is going to go crazy. But no, I was dishwasher and prep chef. General dog's body, really.
And it's...
I learned a lot, though, that summer.
I was interested to read that you loved reading Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential, because it kind of shone a light on that world, didn't it?
Anybody who's worked in a restaurant on a Saturday night in a busy resort, you just see the chaos and the madness, you know, and you think, how is this keeping together, you know? And then out on the floor, everyone's serene and calm. And in the kitchen, it's madness.
So the waiters goes
But it's
inside
sort
the
of
kitchen.
like
and
your
goes,
world, Mickey. It's timing as much as anything.
Definitely,
making
yeah.
sure everything follows a pattern
Yeah.
and follows exactly as you want it. I suppose when you do gigs as well, no?
And I saw one of the chefs, he was really under pressure on a Saturday night, and he knocked an onion soup over, and it went right across a lot of dishes. And that broke him. Because he knew he wasn't going to get back from that, you know. And it all hung on this onion soup. That's how tight it gets. That's why people have to follow rules. When you get asked to do something, you better do it quickly.
And sometimes you work about, one year a chef works 16 hours a day, one shift. Honestly, it's normal. I remember I used to go work sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Next day I used to go home and suck the gym again in the morning, week after week after week after.
We used to do
Angella knows.
doubles all weekend. You went in at 10 o'clock, you left at 1 o'clock in the morning, you got back at 10 o'clock in the morning, you left at 1 o'clock in the morning. Sunday night, everyone left the island, and that was your...
And that was right. And what do you do on your day off? I'm asleep.
You sleep and you're washing. You do your washing, you sleep and you drink too much. That was generally the rule.
Can I just defend our industry? We're much better now. Not everyone.
It is indeed tonight. It is.
And we pay people. It's all good. We're much better.
Right.
We did much better now, yes.
Oh, that's looking good, Matt.
Okay, so if I did this badly, the recipe, don't forget, is online. And you serve a variant of this, don't you, online as well, from Cafe Milano? Right, dive in.
Looking delicious.
Hells, what are we drinking?
So for this one, if you roasted a leg of lamb, you'd want something with a bit more tannin, but this stew and the flavours, it needs a plump red. And if you're going to treat yourself over Christmas to one really nice red, this is absolutely gorgeous. Chateau de Rouen, Van Soap, so it's Southern Rhone. And it is the most northern cru of the Southern Rhones, made by a brilliant winemaker, Louis Barol. It's $16.99 from Majestic. But the flavours in there are so vibrant. He makes it with whole bunches, natural yeast, and the flavours just go so nicely with the stew.
He knows what he's doing, doesn't he? Do you like that, Ange?
Oh, God, that is absolutely delicious. Really lovely.
Oh, my God.
I need some lamb with it.
How's that, Mickey?
It's mind-blowing. It's
Yeah?
absolutely great. And that wine is great.
Blowing minds.
$16.99.
Hey, I know. One for the Christmas table.
Strong,
Christmas.
For Christmas.
Right, time to catch up with Mary and Berry now before Gennaro opens his mouth again. It's a Christmas party, and this week the tables are turned as Fern Cotton dishes up a cookery lesson showcasing a fantastic vegetarian alternative to Christmas Day. And you'll be delighted to hear that Dame Mary has sent us a special message. Have a look.
Wishing all you avid viewers of Saturday Kitchen a very, very happy Christmas and a healthy New Year.
Right, the website vote is now closed, and we're going to find out if Mickey is facing his food heaven or his food hell a bit later on. Now, this year has been a year like no other, unsurprisingly, and over the last few months, we've showcased some remarkable people who have been supporting their local communities. Now, according to the National Emergencies Trust, 5 million people will be volunteering this Christmas. So, as it's our last live show of the year, we wanted to say a big thank you to some people who are putting others first over the festive period. So, let's have a bit of Christmassy music, please. A bit louder? No? OK. Now, one of the biggest food heroes this year is, of course, Marcus Rashford Mbe. He's inspired so many of you to do your bit, including our first story, which has been sent in by Claire. Now, Claire nominated 5-year-old Leo Kelly, who was inspired by Marcus to help his local food bank. So Leo, get him, decided to cycle 20 miles to raise 100 quid, but he ended up raising nearly £2 grand for Atherton Lee Food Bank. Well done, you, Leo. That is phenomenal. Especially with your 5-year-old little legs. Gennaro, you've got one for us?
Yes, Justin has nominated his husband Ashley, who has been selling homemade chili jam, with all the profit going to the Blown Angel Street team, who provides supply for homeless, shelter and rough sleepers in the street of Bristol. What a beautiful, really good
Brilliant cause. Julie nominated the Victoria Fish Bar in Whitchurch in Cardiff, who for the second year running are opening their doors on Christmas Day to provide hot meals for the homeless, lonely and vulnerable, as well as any NHS staff working on Christmas Day. Well done, you. Helen, you got one for us?
Yes, Under One Sky is a volunteer-led initiative that supports the homeless. And over Christmas, they are planning 55 street walks across London feeding the homeless with food from the Punjab restaurant. And sadly, so many of them have been ex-hospitality workers who have been found themselves on the street as a result of COVID. So a fantastic initiative.
Absolutely. And Monique let us know about the East Anglian Bangladesh Trust, who, with the help of G. Ash and his kitchen team at the Tamarind Fine Indian Dining, have been preparing 120 curries a week to ensure Norwich's homeless have free access to cooked food throughout December. Well done, you. Angela, you've got one?
Yeah, so I've got 8-year-old Max, a keen cook and avid viewer of Saturday Kitchen, has nominated the Old Swan Pub. Its landlords, Paul and Pete, have provided weekly free stew to the elderly and vulnerable throughout the lockdown and are now delivering Christmas food boxes too. Max says these guys do not wear capes, but they are our village superheroes. Well done, Max.
Absolutely. And Mickey, you've got one for us, haven't you?
Right. A group of student chefs from the Wirral Met College have put their culinary skills to great use this Christmas by cooking hundreds of meals for homeless people throughout December, as well as putting together 150 hampers with festive treats, including mince pies, gingerbread and rocky roads. Yeah. Well done.
And finally, Anne has nominated Susan Gill and her team of angels at the Neighbourhood Welfare Middlesbrough Homeless Cafe, who feed the homeless throughout the year. And this Christmas, they're using money raised to book a hotel for rough sleepers so they awake warm on Christmas morning with a good, hearty breakfast. What a fantastic thing to do. From all of us here at Saturday Kitchen, thank you so much for everything you've done for others over the past year. Even the small things are making a huge difference. So, well done you. So sorry we couldn't mention all of you, but during Nigella's clip, we'll be thanking even more of you, so look out for your name on the screen. So, will Mickey be facing his food heaven, spiced tuna steak or chickpea curry, or his food hell, a Christmas panettone trifle? We're going to find out after a serving of Nigella and her special Christmas message.
Hi, it's Angella here. Just hope you enjoy my Christmas duck. It's perfect for a small gathering, and you can just roast one duck if you want. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Right, let's find out whether Mickey is facing his food heaven here or food hell. So, tuna, chickpeas, curry, basically. That's your heaven. Hell, loads of fruit. Loads of fruit in a dessert. Two never should meet. Where do you think we've gone? It was so... I told you it was very tight.
Well, I like to think that it's Christmas and people are generally good and decent. So I think they've probably got food heaven. I think so, unless the world has changed.
Well, it's an ever-changing palette, isn't it, the world at the moment? It was incredibly close. Loads of people voted today. 51%. Going back to the Brexit argument. We like to talk about that on a Saturday morning. 51% of people went for heaven. Right, so enough for that. OK, so I'm going to do a curry. Gennaro, you're going to make the little dressing.
Not trouble.
So we've got some coriander, we've got some cumin, there's some coriander seed. You can do this at home, it's easy. Put it in a blender with some lime juice, garlic, and a little bit of red onion. The tuna steak, nice fat tuna steak, is going to be marinated in that. There you are, Chief. Right, I'll get on with the curry. So curry's really easy. So I've got some chickpeas, some onions, ginger and garlic. Let's get those going. And then I've got a bit of turmeric and green chilli. So that's the base, and then I'm going to chuck in a little bit of stock, some coconut milk, and some spinach and some coriander. Right. So now, Mickey, for those people who missed last night's documentary, you can catch up on Sky Demand and Now TV. It's on throughout the Christmas period. Yeah. But one thing that struck me is that you came to comedy very late in life, right? You were, like, in your 40s. I mean, that is quite late.
No, I sort of peaked in my 40s a little. I started when I was about 37.
OK.
And it was in my 40s that I started to get what we call established and, you know, started making noises and getting... Yeah, so it is late. I mean, a lot of people get into comedy really young. It wasn't for me, but...
So, I mean, you know, people who know you, would they have said, oh, I always knew he was a showman? Or were you quite a sort of a dark horse, as it were?
They were maybe not a showman. They'd have said that I was very funny.
They would have done.
Yeah,
that's pretty confident.
Definitely. No, I am. I think it's one of the prerequisites for being a comedian. Be funny, you know. Call me old-fashioned. No, they'd have said I was funny, but they would have. I wasn't the bloke in the pub giving it the big and
well, that's kind of what I think comedians are expected to be like. That funny bloke in the pub who doesn't shut up.
No, maybe, but you get that funny bloke in the pub who don't shut up, put him on a stage, you watch how quiet it goes. You know, because they're not his friends. They're paying customers. They can be, but generally it's not that person.
Is it a lot of pressure? Do you know, if you get invited to a swanky Christmas do like we saw Mary having there, would people expect you to be on?
Maybe a little bit, but generally I established very early on that I'm not Micky Flanagan, the comedian. I'm just a person there like anybody else.
Yeah.
So if someone sort of says any version of be funny to me, I start talking about the top box on my Audi, which won't close properly at the moment. Yeah.
Have you?
I
wondered about having one.
Because if you put too much in, the catch won't... The key won't turn.
Right.
And that normally gets rid of them after a little while.
See, I'm quite engaged about it.
Yeah, well, you know, I can talk to you about top boxes for hours, which is what I tend to do. I just give people a complete bum steer, you know. So no, I don't feel I'm obliged to be funnier than anyone else at a party or around a dinner table.
Right.
No, because also it seems a bit rude to just try and be funny all
dominate.
The time. You know? It gets a bit irritating as well.
Right, let's recap the food. So in here comes cumin seeds, a bit of garlic, bit of ginger, there's some green chilli. I'm going to toss in some aubergines now. Gennaro got the brilliant. Okay, so that tuna steak, ideally you'd marinate up for a good sort of 6 hours or so. You don't want to marinate it too long because otherwise the lime juice starts cooking it. So don't be doing that. Right, heats up. If you can put the tuna here, Gennaro.
Right.
And step away from it. Thank you. Right, and I'm going to finish this with a little a green mango chutney. So that is a really sort of unripe mango, some ginger, coriander, chilli, a bit of sugar and some more cumin in there. Blitz that together. It's really simple. It's really delicious. 3.5 minutes, I'll get the tuna steak in. OK, so imagine that's nicely marinated up. And then we can use some of that marinade in the finished dish. Right, let's get that going on. So, Micky, tell us about...
can I ask you a question?
Sorry, Ange.
Yes, you can.
No, go on, Ange.
So, no, we get, like, as chefs all the time, everyone says, what's your favourite restaurant? What comedians inspired you in your early sort of days? Have you got any particular...
Always Billy Connolly was the inspiration for people like me, yeah. Because he seemed to be just talking about his life from the street, you know. It was always Connolly was the main influence, you know.
Oh, I love
but then
it.
also, I like people who just write stupid jokes. I tend to, like, someone like Harry Hill would be someone who I would watch because he doesn't do what I do now, you know.
Yeah.
So it's funny how the people who inspire you, you don't end up buying their DVDs.
Not necessarily imitation, is it?
Yeah. Richard Pryor as well was a big influence.
Richard Pryor, really?
Richard Pryor, no, amazing, absolutely. Oh, God.
So, Micky...
Like chefs, we just nick each other's ideas, that's what we do.
When I see chefs watching other shows, I think they've got their little notebook, I'll have some of that, I'll have a little bit of that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
This is what matters to always take.
Is there a plagiarism problem in cookery?
You need to change 10%.
10%, yeah.
But
it can be, you know, if you come up with a fantastic dish and then suddenly it's everywhere, you must feel a little bit upset. Can you claim it?
Flattery.
Yeah.
You get used to it.
Yeah.
Now, Micky, next year, hopefully, you know, all things considered, are you looking at another tour?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, what I normally do is get to the point where I can look on my computer and see enough ideas that I can go on stage for an hour and trot them out and see. So, as soon as I possibly can, that's what we'll be doing.
OK.
So if I can give one plug please join my mailing list if you want to come to any of those shows, because that's the only way you'll get a ticket.
Yeah.
Because that's how I'm going to do it.
That's why you're here, Chief.
Yeah. So, yeah, and as soon as we've got that together, we'll take it to some bigger theatres, and then we'll see how big we're going to go, you know?
And would you be going back to this kind of smaller clubs to try the material?
Oh, definitely,
Oh, really?
yeah.
That's a given every single time you do a big
you don't want to be failing in front of 500 people. About 100 is comfortable.
That's all right.
Yeah, you can just get round it, you know, and you can chat to them as well.
Right.
But once you start getting bigger and bigger, 500 people not laughing hurts a bit more than 50, you know.
Right, Micky,
that's
tuck into that.
You know.
Tuck into that. Let's try the curry.
That looks great. I mean, I love tuna, and I love it like this.
Good.
This rare.
Yeah, it's quite rare.
But
I ran out of time, to be fair. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have served it that rare.
I won't be on tour because I'll be dead. No,
you can give that to a vet and bring it back to life. What have we got?
It's trying to get away. Hold on a bit. But no, this. But what if people did sort of don't like it that raw? What was yours? I know I'm asking stupid questions, but that's my job.
Leave it on the stove.
But would that spoil it?
No,
it
wouldn't.
Question I'm asking.
Hells, what we got? The last pink of the year.
It's a rosé, obviously. It's from Rioja. It's from the Co-op. It's £8.50. It's so juicy. Goes with tuna and the curry elements. A treat. So yeah, I had to get one in there, Matt. Sorry.
No, absolutely. It's your thing, Helen. You use it. It's delicious. It's always summer when you're around, isn't it?
I'm getting drunk. That's the old joke.
Still works around. How's your curry?
This is right up my street.
Is it?
This is something I would try and perfect and give to friends, and you know, this is it.
It's very easy. You can do it in 6.5 minutes. There you are.
What a pleasure.
Been a pleasure as usual. Been a pleasure. Happy Christmas to you.
Happy Christmas.
Cheers.
Merry Buon Natale.
That's all for us today on Saturday Kitchen Live. Thanks to Gennaro, Angella, Helen, and of course Micky. All the recipes from the studio are on the website, bbc.co.uk/Saturday Kitchen. I've got more Best Bites for you tomorrow at 10 a.m. on BBC Two, and we'll be back here on the 2nd of January with Ching Hee Wang, Ben Tish, and Grace Dent. Whatever you're up to and whoever you're spending time with, have a wonderful Christmas and a very happy New Year. Bring on 2021. Goodbye, 2020.
Buon Natale.